Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And away we go at the link. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Going to the ground again on first. The defenders are there to get him at the line. Sent down by Cody Barton. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Oh, put some heat on this. His first throw is an interception. Picked off Brandon Jones. And the Broncos take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game. So the first drive.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you, as he'll be backed up to start this drive.
When you're on the road, the last thing you want to do is make a mistake that brings the crowd into it. Now you're not just battling your opponent, you're battling yourself as well.
Play action. It's Stidham. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. From the gun, it's Stidham. This one swung out to Williams. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. Now Stidham. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. They run for the first time with Javonte Williams. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 31 yards there and a first down. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. Down the right sideline. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Marvin Mims. 55 yards. And the Broncos are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead a really easy quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 30. In motion, Aguilar. Play action. Now Jackson sliding out of the pocket. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Give him 32 on the play.
Usually in this spot, you'd hear an offensive coordinator saying, don't feel like you've got to get this all back at once. But here, they give up the opening touchdown and say, no time like the present to show what we can do too. And that's big yardage on their initial play from scrimmage.
To the 36-yard line, stop there.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Henry will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches. I think you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The veteran Kyle Van Noy in there to drop him.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Stidham. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Mims in motion left. Stidham going for it on 4th. That is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Stidham going back to the air. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
In motion goes the tight end. A first down carry for Henry. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. This 2nd and 4. Here's Jackson to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, 39 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick six.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And he returns this to the 22.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
As they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission.
Stidham right back to it after the pick six. He's got a man, complete.
Down the left sideline.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. 78 yards.
And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Stidham going to look to throw for it.
And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And just inside of a minute left, Charles, they got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
Eluding the pressure right. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They'll get 34 yards there.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has two options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
Now Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson. To the right side and intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So now the Broncos offense will come out here as they'll try to add on 2 more. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. After the interception, here's Stidham. And it'll be intercepted. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. To throw is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens would extend their lead here just before halftime. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he is into the end zone. So they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so this is going to be whistled dead, and the ball's going to be placed up at the 40-yard line. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Nix, a short one to the tight end Troutman. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Now a 2nd and 6. A final shot before break. Nix. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Flush to his right, finding Williams on the check down. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's second down. Here's Stidham. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Kyle Hamilton picks it. He may go. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick six, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Stidham to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Off the play fake, here's Stidham.
A short one to the tight end, Troutman.
They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
4th down, here's Stidham. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Completes it to Aguilar. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Jackson now.
Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Ravens are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And a pretty poor kick here. It doesn't make it to the landing zone. And that means they'll move the ball out to the 40-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Stidham off play action. That is caught. It's Williams. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Baltimore. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Play action. It's Stidham. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton, 32 yards.
And the Broncos are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Brandon Stevens.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, fourth quarter, and a chance, if they want, to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
They'll roll him out right.
Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
He finds some open field here. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. But you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that.
In motion left goes Sutton.
Now it's Stidham. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Stidham from the shotgun.
Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Javonte Williams
from 17 yards out.
And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
They'll look to throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
There he goes again. He may go.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry.
70 yards. And the Ravens have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
Tucker with the extra point. And that will make this a 19-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Stidham. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. To throw is Stidham. Throw out wide is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, Stidham. And Stidham throws another interception, his 3rd. And the Ravens are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 40 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll fake the jet sweep, and now it's Jackson off play action. Flushed out right. That's caught. It's Flowers. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Jackson to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Again, Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Broncos are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. So a costly INT in the end zone, no less, puts the brakes on their potential scoring drive.
So many teams stick with the passing game down near the goal line because they see it as an extension of what they do between the 20s. But as we said many, many times, the further you drive, the more the field shrinks. And that was a nice job of making a play on the football and coming away with the interception.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. The place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And away we go at the link. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Lawrence starting with a throw. Going deep right away. They connect on the deep shot. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars take a 6-0 lead right away. One snap in, and this offense as efficient as they could be, partner, and looking very dangerous to begin this ball game too.
Yeah, you know, it's one thing for coaches to tell us in our production meetings they want to be a quick strike offense, got to be explosive. They put that talk into action. One play from scrimmage, one touchdown, and one massive statement sent across the field.
Here's Traymon Smith with the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Stidham off the play action. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
On the shotgun, it's Stidham. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down. Shotgun snap now to Stidham. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Going on 4th, here's Stidham. He finds him beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They'll come up 1st and 10. Off the play action, Stidham. Brought in by Vele. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Chad Muma there to bring him down. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They'll throw again. Stidham escapes the pocket. That one's complete, right side. And he's able to get this to the 30. Down.
I tell every player, don't lag switch me because I'm not trying. You don't want to lag switch me because then I do try. I'm undefeated in tournaments.
A little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Motioning the tight end now. 1st and 10, it's Stidham. Got in close to the 8. And he drives this forward to the 6. They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing off the play fake here. Burton there to bring it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
I remember talking to Jim Harbaugh one time, and Bo Schembechler asked him when he was a head coach, you have a tight end with his hand on the ground? Yes, coach. You have a fullback still on your roster? Yes, coach. Then you're going to be.
And oh, he got it! Interception! Chad Muma's got it. And the Jaguars come through with
as long as you don't lag switch, you'll get that.
It's a big momentum swing on the final play of our opening quarter. Neither side separated. Back for the 2nd quarter. It's Jaguar football. They have the full field ahead of them here as they start deep on their own side. It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Lawrence working from the gun. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
I told you guys, this is a social experiment. I'm trying to see if guys are prideful. What happened? I said something, They got to put their mic on. We don't know what they say because we mute every Madden player.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this third down is unsuccessful. Out of the gun, Lawrence. That's complete. Here's Kirk. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Ball at the 33 for first down. Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And he's brought down for a loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should.
I'll tell you, I don't run the ball. I'm one-dimensional. I go quick on offense and defense. No scheme ever in 23-plus years playing. I got a ton of schemes. Will never use one. Undefeated in terms without one. Never used a scheme in 23 years. Never quit a game in 23 years playing online. Go quick on offense and defense. One-dimensional. Don't game plan for any opponent's user. Don't game plan for any opponent on offense, defense, even special teams. No strategy behind anything I do, meaning I will not try to get a numbers advantage. If I am under center, I'm not doing it strategically to have a blocking advantage or numbers advantage. If I am empty or spread out, I'm not doing it to get my opponent to get out of certain blitzes or looks. I'm not trying to do it to have a numbers advantage. I don't take advantage of leverages or techniques. Defensively, no user rush, no fag D. I will not do what most players do, probably 99.9% of players, and stay in like the same kind of defenses. And if my opponent can't beat them, I will not stay in it. So basically, being lazy and just playing cover twos, quarters, all that. Don't run the ball like I mentioned. Never use a seam pass. Only if my opponent spams it, and I'll use it to tie or win. No PA crossers, no timing attack. I'll never use, if I ever go timing attack, I'll never go to the tight ends. No stretches, no tosses, but I never run the ball anyway. Let's see. What else is there? Go quick, so I almost never match up. So as long as you take your time on offense, you play strategically, and you think, okay, he's probably in base, I'll go 3, 4, 5 wide receivers. I'll literally play dime or quarters, and my opponent could be in goal line or single back. Doesn't matter. I will eventually stay in the same plays on offense, same plays on defense, and not even know it either. I won't read the defense in these games. In tournaments and meaningful games, I will read every level of the defense. I will not in these games. I also won't do my blocking adjustments. You won't see my offense. That's one of my plays. You won't see that. What else? Yeah. Don't do my blocking adjustments. Don't read the defense like I do in meaningful games.
So Brock, this offense looking
Yeah,
sharp here in the
I
first
basically
half as
said
they
it all.
extend their lead.
We'll never onside kick. Never had to online in tournaments.
This is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Basically, yeah, no scum kicks. I mean, hey, everything. No advantages on offense, defense, special teams. Said it all. And if you think you're the only one I'm saying this to, I say it to I try to say it to every single player. Because they're like, oh, haha. First of all, I've never said anybody sucks or is trash. Guys, I'm saying this not even knowing what he's saying, right? I say this to almost every player. I have never in my gaming career, I'm talking about gaming career, meaning playing any video game, have ever even thought, oh, this guy sucks, this guy's trash. I have guys throw 7 to 11 picks in a game. Never even thought, oh, they suck, they're trash. I tell players, I'm not trying these games. The live stream says playing with Jarrett Stidham and not trying. I played with punters at quarterback for 2 to 3 years. Play with backup quarterbacks, second and third string quarterbacks, mostly third string quarterbacks, and backups on offense, and backups on defense too, for 4 or 5 years. So, and people think, oh, I'm doing it to troll. Oh, I'm doing it because I think I'm better than everybody. No, I did it for discipline. It's why I'm undefeated in tournaments. Take the game seriously. I don't in these games, but take it serious. I will not. I will play for free. I won't try for free.
The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that first down flag.
And it is a shame that I don't let players talk, because who knows, maybe they do respect all that shit.
Motioning the tight end left. Working from the gun. Here's Stidham. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll go
Oh yeah, how could I forget too? I'm also the only player with more than 2 reads. Sorry. I'm even talking about Madden champions. Sorry. And I'm not a former player at any level of football or coach or anything. It's just how I play the game. So I tell players that because if somebody tells you they're going through their reads, but they don't read the defense, they don't do their blocking adjustments, mix it up, blitz, do something. Nobody's going to tell you what to do to beat them.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first.
And like I said, players claim they only play for fun. They're not playing to win. I honestly don't give a fuck. Nobody's seen my record. Nobody's seen your record. Who cares? I only play for money.
From the 29. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. But still.
And guys, am I doing that because of the situation? No, I'm doing that because that's the only thing open.
They're trying to work that sideline, Brock, but by the time the ball had arrived, well, the defender had to knock that ball out.
I think you see my reaction in the booth every time
I do.
we see that throw, because I can close my eyes and remember the terror that I felt as a quarterback when you let that ball go and you're throwing it all the way to the boundary. There's some risk reward, and that time, well, there was no reward.
Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Foyer Olukin with the pick.
I also don't run the ball, and I'm a master at running it. But I was going to say that regardless of a pick or not. And that's usually the only time I'll throw a pick. You know.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
On is Little for the extra point. Oh, it's a fake. Looks like they're going to throw. And they can't connect. So nearly 8 points to end the first half.
And what did I say, guys? Every single player that I say all this to, whether I say all of this or some of it, they think I'm trash talking. No. All I'm doing is calling them out on what they do and telling them what kind of player I am. Nothing wrong with that. But the other part of it is, oh, you're annoying as fuck. Shut the fuck up. I can't stand it. Oh my God, shut up. I bet you I've heard it all. 22 years.
Here's Smith on the return. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one.
Why doesn't he piss me off, guys? Because I guarantee you he probably has Fortnite on his profile. And if he does, he's a kid, so they can carry on. Let's see. Let's see. Can't even see his name from here. I also can't add him or do anything because he's another one of those who privates their account. That's another red flag. If you private your account, that's a red flag. You definitely ain't. That's what I'm saying. It's very rare. Like I would say 1 out of 5, 1 out of 10 players I've seen don't have Fortnite or a kid's game on their profile and private their account. But you can normally tell it's always like Spider-Man, Fortnite, you know, Roblox, Minecraft, something like that. Let's see. I'll take my time. Just in case, let's see here. I believe I did send him a message. Tried to, I think. And I don't discriminate. their profile is an anime girl, so if they're a girl, like I said, I don't discriminate based off how they were playing, you know. I'm not stressed.
This is going to be a delay of game.
I don't discriminate based off gender, orientation, age, any of that, color, any of that. They get it all the same. But like I said, I'm not trash talking anyway. And I've asked a couple people if I was trash talking. They said no, you were good. So, okay, so I thought they did private their account. That must have been the last person. Yeah, I'm going through games so quick because, you know, players quit.
Now we're going to get an offensive
Yeah, carry on.
That's their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way.
But like I said, the reason I don't discriminate is because they don't. You know, I get it from everybody. Kids, old people, grown man, woman probably, who knows. You know, they shit on the game, the way they play. And some people will be like, what do you mean? How am I shitting in the game? Or I'll say, your lag switch. You know, I don't know what a lag switch is, right? You're going to tell me that too?
Give to Williams from the gun.
Didn't even know what down and distance it was.
And he'll go down after
And right there, that could have been first and 30. Who knows? That could have been third down, fourth down.
That's pretty good right
could
there.
have been anything.
You don't always expect a sizable game when you run it on first down.
Guys, I lose to people who probably don't even know what the hell I'm talking about when it comes to football. Honestly, like I said, you could teach a 4 or 5-year-old how to play and beat, you know, half the people they face, half the people they play. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I might just do that one day. You want your kid to make money? Let me teach him how to play a game. I mean, I've never done that, guys. That's like, the only time I ever do that is in practice. You guys know that, right? Whenever I use that play, I'm never going to that seam pass. That's probably what I guarantee you other Madden players are doing that. Oh, they took that guy away. Boom. Right there. I don't throw to the open person. I know it's very hard to wrap your mind around that, but I don't. Yeah, that's that bullshit. Look at this bullshit. Like I said, I'm not biased. You know what I mean? I call bullshit when I see it. That's that bullshit that happens sometimes. Didn't go down on the first contact. Didn't go down on the second. Not the third. Finally, like the fourth or fifth. Like, bullshit, man. We saw this. They saw this already. And I'm not going to risk throwing to the running back. I always say, don't risk throwing it deep to a running back if they're not open. Because then the running back, you know, they have terrible awareness coming back to the ball. Or they're usually shorter and the ball gets sailed over their head. See, I know that shit. Evolution. I just went to it again. Ooh. Like I said that earlier in the game, guys. I said that earlier in the game. Whether I'm going no huddle or... You know what happens, no matter what you go by, coaching suggestions, formation, concept, play type, no matter what you go by, right? I thought they finally took out basically showing your last play, basically bringing you back to the play call screen and then showing you the last play that you just used, right? Because I was complaining about that. Didn't like voice my opinion about it, but I complained about it in videos. Like, you know, I understand if I'm going to huddle and then I'm getting the play call screen of the last play that I used. But if there's a player like me who's talking or just goes quick and I'm not like, I'm just going quick, I'm getting the same fucking play. They need to do something about that. Who knows? Like, I'm not getting Madden 26 regardless. Shotgun snap now to Stidham. He sends this one to the end zone. And because of that, that could have been a pick. Right? Because I'm not gonna go to the same route. I'm not gonna go to the crosser. I'm not gonna go to the seam, and I'm not gonna go to the comeback because I just used the comeback. You know. But I limit myself somehow because of that. Right?
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Yep, I knew that.
Oh, no, they get
I knew
it
before I
again.
threw it, honestly.
Devin Lloyd making the play.
The problem is, you know, them returning it for
There he
touchdown.
goes, right
That's the problem. That's the
sideline.
issue.
And he's gonna go. It's a pick six.
But like I said, if they were a grown man, I'd be a
That play
little
was
more
beautiful.
worried, or
just
not
making
worried,
the
but
interception, but then
upset at
seeing the
myself.
return
Yeah, but
slowly
if it's a
come
kid,
together in front
I
of
don't
him
care.
as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up
And
here,
in the
it
past,
looked like a scene out of a movie.
you know, I'd be upset no matter who it was,
Scans
but
the field for a
kid,
lane,
I don't care.
Then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone.
But like I said, I'm undefeated in tournaments. I don't fuck around in tournaments. Undefeated for a reason. I take every single play seriously. In these games, I just pick a play and run it, literally. So you'll see me kill a player, and then you'll see me get beat. You know, it's whatever. I still win 6, 7. I still win 7 or 8 out of every 10 games. Fucking around.
From the gun, a carry by Williams.
I mean, how many rushes do I even have? Like, at this point, it feels like that's the second one all game. See? And like I said, I'm a master on the ball. See, look at this. This is how many plays I used all game. You could tell. 9 plays, right? Let me read them out loud here. Inside zone. And there are 2 clone plays right here. I don't know why. There's 2 clones of them. Shotgun tight Y off, inside zone. 2 plays for that. I don't know why they're copies. The same play that I just used with the tight end motion twice, 3 times right here. No, 4 times. 5 times. Okay, 5 or 4 times, right? And then I have that RPO. So there's basically like 5 plays I used all game. Huh. See what I'm talking about? And do you think I purposely did that? Like, why would I? I mean, I don't think anybody. We're not talking about John Cena here. You know, try to win with 5 plays.
They send Mims left. Stidham off the play action. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play.
Once again, fifth read on the play. But like I said, if somebody told me that, I'm mixing it up. I'm mixing in some cover zeros. I'm mixing in some exotic blitzes. I'm user rush. Well, I don't user rush, but I still wouldn't do any of that, what I just mentioned, because like I said, no advantages. Once again, too, if people have a problem with me, like if my opponents have a problem, there's a mute button. I mute them. They can do the same.
Stidham looking to pass. Sideline, he's got it.
One corner out, one successful corner out. Like I said, I can count how many cheap routes I use.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well you can
And
separate
like, guys,
from
there's
this
like
man.
50 fucking routes in the game. Don't need to spam one.
Separation and trust.
No need to spam one.
QBs
But players are
want to
like,
throw
oh, you know
breaks.
what?
That's
If you're going to
trust.
give me that
And then
same
you gotta
defense,
believe that
I'm going to beat it with the
separation
same
will
route.
create the big play down
I'm
the
going to
field.
use it until, you know what I mean? And I guarantee you, like, even non-Madden players, it could be a lawyer, a coach, a scientist, a doctor, or whatever. They would probably agree too and say, oh, you know, it's not about that. It's about morals. Okay, it's about morals. But like I said, it's about morals in meaningless games. If it's a meaningful game, I still may not spam routes. I will every now and then, but everything is good to go. If I am not doing whatever it takes to win in a money game or a meaningful game or a tournament, that's on me. In these games, I don't give a fuck. In those games, I'd be stupid if I'm not trying everything to win games. Once again, I go to that play, everything's covered. What did I say like months ago or years ago? I pick plays that almost every defense will cover. That's another thing. It's another thing. What's the other thing I left out? Right, I said I don't game plan for my opponent's user or offensive player, defensive player, but what else? I don't study my opponent's tendencies, not in these games. There's so many things. Right? This play, there's only one route that could possibly be open here. And that's not like, you know what I mean? I said there's only one route. I mean, there's always 2, you know, but, you know what I mean?
They get a big old 32 yards out of that
I could literally just have an offense where, you know, I have deep routes that I know can always come back. But do I do that? No. Do I roll around with a mobile quarterback to the right and throw the ball? No. Do I run the ball? No. Do I play smart? No. You know what I mean?
Working inside the red zone.
As soon as I see man coverage underneath on the drive, I know, boom. It's that simple, guys. I'm fucking around, okay? I didn't even know how much time there was or what the score was.
And that one is no good. Didn't even come very
And no, I did not miss that one on purpose, but every single one of my opponents messed around with their extra points for whatever reason. Like, no opponent's ever gotten in my head, you know, never will. But like I said, all that matters is results, you know. Like, here's like, I never thought about this, but say, for example, I don't say one word, and I'm just like, you know, I don't say one word, right, and I lose, let's say, 27-6, right? They may some may message you and say, like, oh, good game, you know what I mean? Even though they beat you by 3 touchdowns. Some might say, like, oh, you know, blah, 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 you know, you'll get better, it is what it is, good game, you know, something like that, right? But because I talk, the messages are worse, right? Because I talk, they're worse because they think I'm trash talking. I don't know how it's trash talking, honestly. I've had subscribers and people in my live telling me I'm not trash talking. I've had my own opponents who I have annoyed the fuck telling me that, excuse my language because, I'm sorry you're a kid, you know, that, no, I wasn't trash talking. Like, in my opinion, maybe I just don't have a good definition of what trash talking is, but I'm an OG when it comes to Madden. I used to watch all the televised Madden tournaments back in the day. We're talking about like 2002, 2003. So I've seen trash talking. Okay, I'm not celebrating and saying let's fucking go after like every big play or touchdown, right? I'm not doing that. I'm not like, what else? What else? Oh yeah, I forgot I actually took that one out of my playbook. So I have the regular, not that one, but I have the other plays out of that formation because I was just like, nah, that's too cheap. So let me tell you something. I'm probably the only Madden player who took slants out of their playbook. That's how, like, you know, that's how I am. I literally scored 25, 30 points a game the last 8 games. So, you know what I mean? I scored 6 in this because I just played like 2 games in a row. And I took them lightly because they're the Jaguars. The Jaguars are like the AFC South Falcons. I compared them to, which, you know, they're close to Florida. That's fine. Yeah, I don't take the Jaguars seriously. I can't. And not only that, you know, yeah, I was gonna say. My God, the fact that I'm only down 27-6 after basically being on autopilot the whole game. You know what I'm saying? And people, like I said, I don't know, they read into what I say too much. If I talk about them in any way, they think I'm trashing them. They think I'm trash talking them. They don't mix it up on offense and defense. The problem players have is they have no respect for the game. So they come out with like 2 plays, right? And if their opponent can't stop it, they'd be more than fine running that to win games. I could never do that. To me, people think I'm wasting time playing the way I am because I'm never in the mood to play a Madden game. I'm never in the mood to play a Madden game, like never. I mean, never. I normally don't.
So not a holding call.
I normally don't accept penalties. Yeah, I mean, what was the point of accepting that one? The game's over. I never try to come back. I just always want the ball. I only care about offense, to be honest. But that's not why like I said, my defense has been good the last 8 games. It's just I was really on autopilot in this one. if I talk, there's a difference between, like, there's almost like an awareness. I don't know how to describe it. Like, when somebody talks and plays, there's games where you can talk and play and still play, like, at your normal, like, I don't know what to call it. Play the way you normally play, right? It's like but it's like after playing 2 games in a row, sometimes you're talking and you just can't play and talk at the same time.
To the air with Stidham.
Yeah, of course, like I said, tackle. But that's not an excuse. I mean, there's not even Mahomes can make that throw. So.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
But I read the right side of the field and I threw across my body. Bad play call. It's not bad execution. It's bad play call. Yep. I knew it soon before he even released the tight end. Before he even passed the tight end, I knew. You could. I say it every game, guys. In the games where they beat me, I tell them, you could have won by more. You could have won by one. Oh, I know. I didn't want to run up the score. Yeah, sure. Oh, I know I could have beat you by more. Oh, I know. Yeah, sure. I don't know how to compare it anymore, guys, right? Like I said, the way they play, they're fine with playing however, they're fine with winning however, right? Like I said, if this is for any money, I don't care. You know? If it's for money, then it's competitive. I had somebody tell me, right? This is what people think. Oh, we're playing online, so is it not competitive because we're playing online? I'm sorry, for me it's not competitive. For me it's literally a hobby. You guys claim it's a hobby, right? They claim it's a hobby.
This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest.
I try to tell people, like, you know, oh, you're just a sore loser, a bad winner, and a sore loser. So when you win games, you know, you're talking. When you lose games, you're talking. It don't matter. I will. And people tell me I have a, psychological problem. It's like, no, I have morals. And I love the game. But just because I'm not in the mood to play, like I said, it doesn't mean anything. Like, there are things in life where you may not be in the mood, but you still protected it.
So the Jaguars come away with the win in this one. Well, Brock, the effort was there, and the execution was in spots as well. Man, just a tough loss, and now they've got to find a way to move past it in short order.
And the quicker they can move on, the better in this league, because there's still work to be done. The longer you dwell, the further behind it's going to put you in getting ready for that next name up on the schedule.
So for my partner Brock Heward and our
Nah, sorry, I actually care about who watches my videos.
EA Sports. It's a win for the Jaguars as we say so long from Philadelphia.
But I did send you a screenshot. You don't need my YouTube name. All you need is that screenshot.